We are live with the Trumpet
Latency.
Hotline Podcast.
Yes, we are. Howdy, howdy. How is everyone today?
It's fantastic. There's only 4 of us. There was supposed to be 7 of us. One of them quit. The other 2 didn't even say anything. So,
I didn't even realize that we were missing people.
These are the only people that matter, though. So,
yeah. Okay, so how do you say your name again?
HRXC. Sorry about this. I'm promoting.
Oh, are you?
Just like we were on this.
All right, say something in chat. First thing's gonna be penis. No.
Shoot.
Oh.
Internal promotion.
Sheesh, I wonder how many people that I harassed got the notification for this. What do you mean with the icons?
The icons are all set.
They're not.
What happened?
Oh, okay. Now they are.
This is the spot to talk about all things trumpet related.
Yes, it is.
Oh, the first thing wasn't penis.
No, it wasn't.
No, let me fix that.
Make sure to type it in uppercase and lowercase letters. Gotta evade the YouTube system. All right, we've got one viewer that commented. Howdy, howdy. All right, let's talk about trumpet stuff.
So,
all right,
this is episode 1. And
our premiere, our pilot.
Yeah. So, don't expect much, but we're gonna talk about the beginner trumpet and the youth orchestra. So I want Joel to take it away from here.
Right. Okay. So when people start trumpet, they normally have this intention that it looks so easy because they watch all the people who think it's easy, and then they pick up a trumpet and they can't do a single thing.
Isn't that every instrument though?
I don't know.
I mean, I've never heard someone say an organ looked easy to play.
No, I mean the common instruments. You know, you got. Well,
I mean, you have an organ in every church, so.
Yeah, got all the foot pedals too. It's basically the organ and like a tinier piano on the floor.
I'm gonna show a video of what the beginner trumpet experience is like.
Is it?
On the stream.
Featuring Kilometer Travis, right?
Absolutely.
Are you just gonna post that picture on Reddit every day till his birthday?
Absolutely. The video is playing.
Shouldn't the video be in the frame?
There we go. Kilometer Travis.
Yes. Where are you playing this thing? Oh, there you are. Or whoever this is.
Whoa. That's a lot of reverb.
That's a lot of. The video goes up, and I'm still talking about how the video hasn't gone up. How do the professionals do it? How do they do it? Oh, okay. Let's debate about communism versus capitalism. What is better?
In my opinion,
let's talk about it.
It was always capitalism.
Capitalism for the win, you say?
I do believe in a free market.
In what?
Just like in general.
I mean, obviously, as a joke, it's communism all the way, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, I think we all prefer capitalism, regardless.
I think it improves our lives.
See, if communism is the perfect way to play the trumpet, Dead air.
It is the perfect day. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That Sergei dude, whatever his name is. There we go. Oh, Kilometer Travis.
Oh, the Russian guy.
Yeah, the Russian prodigy.
Kilometer Travis was someone I most definitely look up to. Ever since I was a young boy, I didn't know what to think. But now I do.
Sergei dude, whatever. Yes, indeed. So is there a way to fix the audio thing though?
What audio thing?
Because I'm pressing unmute, and you pull up a picture of Kilometer Travis, and we're still talking about the Russian dude.
It's just latency.
Lower the bit rate.
Yes, you do that, sir. Red choir. Give this man a... Oh, I can't pin anyone.
This man gold.
Most...
Gold award.
Are y'all not gonna join in the comments?
So why don't we do a little exercise?
With latency.
So grab your mouthpieces.
Alrighty. Which one?
And I just want you to blow.
Air or buzz?
Just air.
Alrighty. There we go.
I don't want you to imagine that that you're buzzing. I want you to imagine that you were blowing air.
Just passing air.
Just blowing air through your lips. Make your lips vibrate with the air.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So that's the first exercise.
Whoa. Definitely.
I'm doing something.
You like silence?
It was important. Hello?
Yes. Hello there.
The second exercise I want to describe is okay, so put your mouthpiece in your horn.
Oh dear.
I don't think we should be getting to the horn this fast. There's still a lot about the embouchure that we have.
We can talk about that as well.
All right, this is straight out of a video that I saw on YouTube from some guy named Charlie that I can't remember his last name. So, without the mouthpiece, what you want to do is purse your lips so that you can't see the red part inside. You can't see where your upper lip starts to curl. That should become almost flat, but you shouldn't be doing denture lips or grandma lips or something. So you just purse your lips, and then with the mouthpiece, what you want to do is just line it up and don't unpurse your lips. So put like a small amount of pressure on your lips so that when you release the pressure, the mouthpiece is still holding that pursing of your lips. And then what you want to do is you want to extend your jaw a bit, but keep applying pressure so that the mouthpiece stays on your the mouthpiece still holds that position in the center of your lips. The corners of your lips can move, and they probably will, and it'll look pretty weird in a mirror, but what you're trying to get at is to keep that part in the middle pursed. And if you notice when you're pursing your lips, they might kind of flex out and bulge a bit. That's fine. That's part of it. So purse your lips, put on the mouthpiece, and then open your jaw just a bit so that there's a tiny hole in between there. In between your top and your bottom lip inside the mouthpiece. And what you're trying to aim for is for if you just kind of blow, just it doesn't matter what you're blowing, if you're going or just to where you can feel it come out of the back of the mouthpiece.
Alrighty,
And
what
if
did we
you can
miss?
feel that on your palm, then you're doing it right.
Did we miss anything?
No.
No, we didn't. I heard palm and mouthpiece.
Yeah. And so I'll review it one more time. Purse your lips,
Yes.
put on the mouthpiece, put some pressure on the mouthpiece, open your jaw just a bit so that there's a tiny hole, blow air through until you can, if you put your palm behind the end of the mouthpiece and it's still in your mouth, if you blow air, you should be able to feel the air on your hand. It doesn't have to be a lot of air. It's just you have to be able to feel an amount of air coming through there.
Yeah, most definitely.
And the next step is what you want to do. I'm going to put my trumpet down.
Ouch.
What you want to do is once you have that in place, you want to open your mouth, or not open your mouth, extend your chin a bit so that you can put your tongue right in between that hole and just kind of not exactly pucker your lips with your tongue, just kind of put a little bit of spit in there, put a little bit of spit so that it's not such a dry area. When you put your tongue right where it should rest normally on the top of your teeth, and then all you do after that is you just blow, not trying to buzz or anything, and just see if you can just blow, and it's only air. Like there's no interruption of air. So the way to do it, like if you're doing it right, it should sound like this.
How? Yeah.
There should be a start. There shouldn't be any interference in there. If you're doing it wrong, like if the aperture is too small or too big, if it's too small, it'll sound like there's a buzz at the beginning and then there's air. So the way to do it, like you can't get the buzz out all the way. And if it's too big, then it'll just sound more like a sound. Very open, kind of like you have some sort of disease or something.
That's great. You do realize that you have the concerto playing, right? But there's no audio coming from it.
Yeah.
So is it just a visual?
It's just a visual.
Is it?
I
I'm
do.
that one old dude.
I do want to rate some trumpet players. So we're gonna go on Google and we're gonna do.
Google? What is this? Bing, sir.
I'm gonna look up trumpet player, and I want you guys to give me your unfiltered, honest opinion.
If I close my laptop, this should end the stream, right?
No.
I'd have to open it again and end it. Or could you end it on your end?
I could end it. Okay.
I guess.
First up, Louis Armstrong.
All right, let me see.
This is the. Oh, it's him, the famous one.
I think that's the one everyone knows, even though if they're not a trumpet player.
I feel like more people know Dizzy Gillespie.
No, I mean,
I don't know. A lot of people who are older, boomers.
yeah, but I mean for non-musicians, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you notice, a lot of the good trumpet players do the same thing. And if you look at pictures of Louis Armstrong playing, you see his lips are pursed. That's the thing. That's where this comes from.
The stereotype.
You see all the really famous, well-playing trumpet players do this.
Mm-hmm. You know what else I noticed? Blake Bauman is dumber.
Blaze Bowman or Bowman.
Yeah, we all know. He is the epitome of trumpet lead playing.
I don't even know.
How do you spell his name?
Bowen and Man, no? How does he do it?
Well,
Oh, Bowman.
like,
It's all the same.
No, I've just pulled up some kind of prison guy.
what?
Maybe that's
lot
where
of
he
golf.
went. No,
Wait,
Apparently.
what did you look out?
Blaze Bowman.
mm-hmm.
I got basketball games, fires, and a mugshot picture.
So
it
like
him?
I said, that's where he went for a year, right?
Is that him?
2 years.
I don't know. I'm looking.
Maybe.
There's no trumpets in first page of Google. So
So y'all want to speculate what happened to him?
See, he got a lot of hate from a lot of players. Because
Did he?
he appeals to new players, but
The gullible want to play high people.
yes. Like he said you could play a triple C in 3 minutes if you played out in the cold.
Well, I mean, I thought he was always joking. I never thought his advice was serious.
Well, as someone who did take him serious,
Oh, you did?
I did fall for a little bit of his traps.
What were his traps? What did he say? Playing out in the cold and what else?
What did he say?
Only.
Oh, he said
Is it 'cause, like-
if you held your trumpet a certain way, you'd be able to play higher.
Did he say something about the pistol grip thingy, right? Like all of
yeah,
the
yeah.
lead players.
Anyway, I tried
Yeah,
it was so uncomfortable. I didn't.
I think I tried that. I'm like, you know what? It worked for me for like one time. I was like, what? Oh, this really works. And then no, it doesn't.
is Blaze the one with the trumpet sizzle channel?
No, that guy.
No, that's another cancerous type of person.
Oh, we need to talk about him.
Trumpets is, oh, let's send him a link to this live stream.
I'm sure he'll be very impressed.
Wait,
Yeah.
let's do his recipe. 78 hours of trumpet tips in the span of a live stream. That's what he does. Feed into the views.
He will spam your subscription box with the same thumbnail.
Over and over.
Some of these videos are like these links are just wildly different. Like 5.5 hours to 13 minutes to an hour.
Look at this. It's the same thumbnail. Just. Oh my.
Oh dear, that's a lot of yellow.
That's a great color combination with the red and the black and the lime green and the yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's not terrible.
I mean, the one thumbnail that looks okay is like half as big because he used a black border on it.
Play a quadruple G on trumpet. Wait.
Isn't this the one we sent into the Discord? Had a whole debate about it.
It was, wasn't it?
I believe so.
No, this isn't an instructional video. This is just
Him showing off.
yeah, and it says it happened in summer 2017, and he
Oh,
said,
yeah.
"My range has increased 1/2 to quadruple A flat. No proof,
Whoa.
but I'm waiting for that quad A to appear. Then I will record it."
Wait. Is this
Quad.
Is this like possible? Wait, I have to hear this.
It's the right note. It's just
I got
he's
one more
not
note
hitting
to
it
go.
for more than like half a second, which is like me saying that. Hold on, let me get out the trumpet. And show
Isn't
you
that
what I
like
mean.
what every beginner trumpet player does?
So he's
They're,
treating
like,
double G
squeaking it.
like this,
Not this week.
and I'm like, oh yeah, I hit triple C, obviously. That's what he's doing with this video, and I don't like it.
See,
I mean, technically, every beginner could hit triplets G and quintuple, whatever, because I don't know, like, it's weird.
this is a question I do have. So is range is where you can play comfortably? Is that what you consider to be someone's range?
What is the definition of someone's range?
Yeah, like in your opinion.
In my opinion, the range is what you can, basically all the notes of the instrument you can play comfortably that you can get out 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, and
With
the
the
ranges that you
occasional
can't
track
get
or
out,
something.
that's what I call your extreme range.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
pedal tones and most
I have
stuff
an
above double G for most people. Not all of them.
extreme range with, if the person could hit it, like double C, right? That's extreme range, but the person can hit it. I don't think about it as
Well, I mean extreme as in like that's the outer limits, like your
like
extremities or your fingers
most
and your
people
feet.
can't play it like that. Like it's like a select few people or trumpet players that can play that. That's why it's called extreme.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like my extreme range right now is about down to low F sharp and up to about high A. That's my extreme range because I can't hit that comfortably. That's the limits of my range.
Yeah.
My comfortable range is much smaller than that, obviously.
Yeah.
It was just
I
a little
think
bird
these are
chirp,
pretty
but I
good
believe I
viewpoints
got
on the
quadruple
range.
G. It was just a little chirp, but I believe...
More questions that we could answer?
Wait, this video is such bullshit.
Which one? Can you teach yourself?
The quadruple G.
Oh, that one?
He didn't even play it.
His facial expression on the triple G and the quadruple G was just so fake.
Okay, wait. I have a question. Have you seen these Trumpet A to Z videos?
Which ones? Can you pull it up on?
Are they from the same guy?
No, but no, they're not. I think it's just a channel, but it's Trumpet A to Z, and they're like M is for mouthpiece, and then
That
J
dude.
is for jaw.
Yeah, I've seen those videos.
C is for coordination. Z is for zero because they couldn't come up with any other word.
Did y'all take them seriously or what? Or have y'all watched them?
I think I've watched him maybe once.
I watched them like a year or two ago. And
Oh
shit.
I feel trumpet content on YouTube will never ever have its light of day.
Yeah, it is with
the
my
first
channel.
video on his channel is what's next for Airflow Music because he ran out of letters in the alphabet.
Oh hey, it's Charlie. He's commenting on our live stream. Oh crap, I had this thing paused. Whoops.
Oh yeah, it's been a while since his A to Z videos.
That's
I
when
think
he
he went
fell off, right?
Yeah, after the Z for zero, you see his views just tank unless it's like a concert.
Oh no.
Oh well, there's this one video that says 5 tips for better mouthpiece buzzing, but there's a there's a hashtag in the title, and I guarantee you there's a bunch of tags in here. Oh, and he's
in the
British.
description.
That's great.
Yeah, it is.
Jeez.
We should do that.
I hate trumpet content.
Hey, you take that back. You better just like Michael.
It's so bad. I mean, look, if you can.
Well, okay, Charlie Porter is legit. He's the one who I got that just butchered the example of how to form the trumpet.
Oh no, I know this guy. This guy's cool. I do know this guy.
Charlie Porter, that's his like most viewed video, and it's an hour, which tells you something when most of his videos are less than an hour.
I do know this guy. He does upload the same thumbnails, but these are songs. So.
Yeah, he's doing it like what's it called? One of those topic channels. The YouTube topic channels, because he has on a lot of his music videos, it's the audio on the left and then all the text on the right. But
oh, that Charlie Porter.
yeah, the one who went bald, and then grew a beard.
I thought he just had a hat all the time. I thought he had hair.
Well, he does upload just sheet music as thumbnails. And
That's what gets views too.
That gets views. I feel like that would be the opposite.
Well, putting sheet music in the description, like sheet music in the description gets views.
Oh yeah. But then you have to pay for it.
Okay, maybe this isn't all gold because his #1 video is how to easily expand your trumpet range without hurting yourself. So,
Oh, you should check
maybe yes,
out
no.
Kurt's #1 video. Y'all have seen that one, right? The 5 tips on why trumpet players can't play high.
Who? What video? What channel?
The trumpet sizzle one.
Oh. Oh yeah.
I think.
No, there was the 2 reasons. There was 2 reasons why.
Or something like that, and he's got it like his thumbnail pointing to his chops.
Oh yeah, top 2.
I
Kurt Thompson.
Yeah.
I forget what the tips were.
Oh, it's probably bullshit, but.
Don't
is that
click
his?
this. Wait, it said don't click this, and it's a bit.ly link. I'm gonna click it.
Oh, it's just a link to his channel, I bet.
Oh, confirm
Oh,
channel
yeah.
description.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
can.
a tech. Oh my god.
Hey, I can do that. I should do that now. Post it on Reddit. Hey,
One
click
of the
this.
comments. Oh, this isn't funny. One of the comments is had a stroke and my range is gone. Just listening in for some tips. What did he respond with? Yup.
I mean,
That's it.
He's
From
not.
a deleted. I think it's a deleted comment because there's no one here named Carlos Diaz.
He's not a bad player.
They could
I
have
would
changed
assume.
them.
He's just not.
All he focuses is on range.
Yeah, but that's what gets
Pretty much.
views.
It really does.
But
You put screaming trumpet in the description. Hey, you get some views. That's why Land of 1,000 has 1,000.6.
yeah, but like, I don't even care about range right now. I mean, it's important, but like,
People that say that they don't like range usually don't have it. Is usually how it goes.
No. Well, I'm not focused on it. I can hit a
Oh.
What's it called, high C or top C,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm fine with that for now because I don't think I'll
Yeah.
have to go above that. I'd much
Oh,
rather
yeah.
I'd much rather have a nice tone right now than screaming.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that is. Let's have that as our debate. All right.
Yeah, and if you're a beginner trumpet player,
I say
range
tone
is
is
never
priority.
range is never the priority ever. It's about being comfortable with the instrument instead of when you pick up the trumpet just trying to squeal out a high G by using like a double G, trying to use the bottom, like you're curling in the bottom lip. No, just work on your open G.
Tone. It's
Work on
what
your
tone
comfortable
and
register.
your technique and stuff. That should be priority beginners.
Yeah.
As, it should be for everyone.
And it's different for everyone. Like everyone's comfortable range is different. Like for me, when I started playing, my comfortable range wasn't around an open G. It was around a C, E.
Which with the below it or above it?
Above. Yeah. Hitting anything above or below that octave was just impossible for.
Okay, which E?
The third
above the
above
staff
the
rate.
G. No. In the
The one
staff.
still in the. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that was my starting range. It wasn't around tuning G at all.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Tuning.
is
Above the staff
pretty-
one. Right?
tuning G is second line from the bottom.
Oh yeah, okay, concert F, yeah.
And it stayed like that, and I had to work on getting down to tuning G so I could find a good point where I could balance tuning the low register and the high register. But starting range is something different because it really depends on the makeup of your face and how tightly you start that embouchure with. Because whatever point you train that's going to be your starting point. Like if you train it with pedal tones, then it's going to take a while for you to get used to anything above pedal tones.
I don't know why anyone would start on pedal tones.
I didn't even know
'Cause they
pedal
think-
tones
Doesn't feel
existed when I first
Because
started.
they hear blow a raspberry into the trumpet.
What? I've never heard that being said.
Wait, are you suggesting someone starts with pedal tone?
No, not at all.
That.
I'm saying like when people who aren't teachers try and teach, they're just like, or I've seen this on YouTube. People a lot. Some of the less
Fuck.
reputable people are just like, just blow a raspberry into the mouthpiece, and they're like, they're using way into the red part of their lips, and they're just getting pedal tone. Like,
Oh dear. I mean,
And
it's a sound, but it's not you're gonna develop a bad habit. Your sound's gonna be airy from that point on, even if you don't raspberry it after that point.
Yeah, and it really develops this bad point of using the red of your lips, which is what a lot of people talk about not using.
What do you mean the red of the lips? Could you explain on that a little bit?
Yeah, so it's not exactly red for some people because genetics and stuff. Everyone's different, but the red of your lips is kind of where if you grab a part of your lip, bottom or top, it doesn't matter. If you see that, you can feel that there's the outer part of the lip, which is what everyone sees, where people apply lipstick and stuff, or chapstick or whatever.
So
that
you mean
part
they're
is
using the
rougher.
inside of the lip?
Yeah, so the outside part is rougher, right?
Yeah,
and that's what you want to be using to blow.
Yeah.
The inside part, right where your lips meet the inside of your lips, where they turn into gum.
Yeah.
That's the part that we call the red. And what you want to try and avoid is using that red, because if you purse your lips, you can't use the red, right? Because you're putting your lips inward so that you can get that aperture right. If you're
almost
in the red,
like in a kissing motion, pretty much.
Yeah, you never want to pucker. Never pucker. Yeah. Don't go duck lips on the trumpet. That's not how it goes. But when you play in the red, you don't have as much control because your face muscles, it's kind of, your face muscles aren't developed to control the inside of the front of your lip, right? It doesn't make sense.
I would think you would be more limited, right? Flexibility and range and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Since you don't have as much mobility.
Yeah, and even if you, with the two ways that people try and go through registers using the muscles in their face and bunching up their bottom lip, even if you're in the red, you're gonna run out of space more because you have more behind the red, where you're buzzing, and you're just sealing it off way faster. So for most purposes, starting in the red is not good. What you want to do is you see it in people like Louis Armstrong or the YouTube Louis, what's his face, Dowdswell. You see it in Gillespie. You see it in all these lead trumpet players. You see them pursing their lips, and you're like, what are they? Why are they
puffing out their they're puffing
That's
out their cheeks as well.
Yeah,
or at least with
your cheeks is something that I consider a bit of a debate, but
I heard somewhere that it's like you have all those constant vibrations, and sooner or later, something will happen. Or I don't know.
Well, if you're circular breathing and you're using the air in your cheeks, that's one thing. But if you're just
that's different, yeah.
Like
if you're constantly using it.
Yeah, it's kind of like starting with just telling someone blow raspberry. They fill out their cheeks, right? Because they're just kind of going.
They want to blow as much air.
Puffing air. Yeah. They're not using fast air, and they're not pointing it towards their embouchure. They're just kind of like slamming their face with their lips. So that's a tendency that people also start to develop. Is they'll start to just shove air from their lungs, like they're using their diaphragm muscles, but they're just going.
Yeah, because the diaphragm is really important. If y'all haven't noticed, right? For the upper register, you got to use the breathe in from the abdomen, and you got to use your fast and efficient air, and that'll do.
Yeah, and
not so much to gain.
You won't see people puffing out their cheeks for that same reason. Well,
I think it's just the trumpet stereotype, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Or that non-musician.
Yeah, and for blowing out or puffing out your cheeks means something a bit different for everyone, because it's like, it's just like to where you can feel like your lips just stretching. It's that puffing out your cheeks. Well, for some people it's a definite but for some people it's like, no, I can go farther, or something like that. But yeah, puffing your cheeks out is generally a no-no unless you're circular breathing, but don't start with circular breathing because
No, I don't think a beginner
should. You never want to start out with advanced technique. You want to get your basics down. And that applies to every field, even outside of music.
This highlights the importance of having a really good teacher at the beginner level. A credible teacher. If you don't get your fundamentals, you're going to have a tough time by yourself later on the road.
Yeah. And if you're not in a good financial situation to pay for lessons, or if your band doesn't provide a good teacher, or if your band director, heaven forbid, doesn't have any sort of certification or degree,
Oh dear.
but has a budget, then what you want to do is there's a lot of channels on YouTube that try and teach you how to play, and what you want to avoid is stuff that we talked about here, like Trumpet Sizzle. That's not something you want to start out with at all.
No.
Despite how enticing it might seem to get that quadruple G out, that's not what you need to be focusing on if you want to be able to get that out comfortably eventually.
I don't think his videos come up recommended for beginners, do they?
I've seen a few of them. If you look at Trumpet, it's gonna come up.
Well, yeah. But I never got his videos when I was starting out. And this was back in 2014. He was on long before that, too.
But someone like the video by Charlie Porter about how to form your brass wind embouchure, that is an amazing one to start out with. It's very lengthy, but I guarantee you,
you'll learn more.
What's happening, and you're not just kind of just putting air into the horn, even if it is good air. If you learn what's happening, it'll do you way better in the long run.
Yeah, but regardless, even if these videos are good, it's still better a real teacher with you to guide you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. Video can't really do that, because like you said, people all have different chops, and this might work for you, this might not.
And with teachers, that's easy to say. You can say, oh, your chops are different, but on a YouTube space, that might not be so easy to say, because saying, for example, tonguing, which I still struggle with sometimes because I play clarinet and the areas are completely different. But tonguing, most people agree with top of your lips behind your front teeth. Well, some people's front teeth might not be so straight. There might be a leak that changes that for them. So there may be some other form, maybe anchor tonguing until they get braces that might work.
Braces. Yeah, braces completely.
But it could be different for everyone, and that's really hard to communicate in a YouTube video without adding another 10 minutes of disclaimers, right?
Yeah.
So just know that it's not rocket science. It's not exact. Things can be a bit different, but typically you won't start out on something like a top staff G.
Well, you never know, right? Experienced people don't really know what they're doing, right? So they pick up the horn. Oh, they had a high C. Maybe it's a bit of all tone, but somehow they do it.
But if your comfortable range is starting at top staff G, then please tell everyone. That's an achievement.
No, it really is. Geez, I think I remember his top staff G, like latter half of 9th grade. Because range really wasn't in my mind back in 6th, 7th, 8th, right?
I think your concern was more about reading the music.
Oh yeah, sight reading was way harder for me as an unexperienced player in 7th and 8th grade, right? But then high school comes and you got all the other better players. Right? I was like, oh, what was that he just played, right? Oh, he's reading so well. And then you get caught up with the YouTube videos. Lo and behold, we're right here.
I do want to point out the trumpet prof, or the trumpet professor.
Yeah, prof. Who says that?
Well, he's a British guy. And he started his channel. He only has a few videos, but the one thing he said that confused the hell out of me was your lips are like a Ferrari. You can drive it as much as you want, but you can't go faster. And so we compare that to you can practice as much as we want, but you can't play higher. And I didn't know what he meant. I didn't know what he meant by that.
Well, I think the analogy's bad, but I think what he said, the second part, was good, because you can, 5 hours of ineffective practice is nothing compared to 15 minutes of you being more comfortable with the instrument. Because if you're just blowing your lips out every day for hours at a time, what are you doing then? You're just, after a while, you stop building up endurance and you're just kind of hurting yourself, right?
I think what you might be going for is you don't build your range in a day, maybe, right? It doesn't happen in one day. You span it over weeks, months, right? Range doesn't happen out of nowhere.
I do agree.
Yeah, you got to build it up. It's a lot of trial and error, experimentation. That's what I did in the summer. So let me tell you, E flat, a great barrier. Great barrier. You get frustrated, put the horn down, and you come back and you're all good. Or at least most of the time. Yeah.
I created a loop on the stream.
Oh, did you?
Do not look at the stream.
I wasn't looking at the stream. I was just on the Discord call. I bet they're having a fun time with all the latency.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's been stuck at kilometer Travis since this whole time we've been blabbering.
Kilometer Travis was sort of
Okay, why don't you tell me and some of the viewers more about Kilometer Travis? Because I haven't heard about this.
So he as you know, in 1969 he released Sort of Purplish, which was his not his debut album, because when he did The Birth of the Chili, that was sort of like a introduction.
Yes, go on.
But when he released Sort of Purplish, it was almost like a revelation. Like,
it was for a lot of people.
It was almost as if he discovered himself, which was crazy, because Miles Davis called him a piece of garbage.
Oh yes, you gotta go PG here.
But one of them's dead and one of them's still alive, so I don't know what Miles has to say about that.
Man, y'all ever heard him talk? It's kind of weird. His timbre.
Oh, Miles?
Yeah.
Miles Davis.
Kilometer Travis too. I mean, I don't know how he speaks with that snout of his. It's all just. It's all just.
What was the image of? Are you talking about the Louis Armstrong one?
No, not the elephant one. The one you put in the live stream at the beginning, with his mouth all really close.
I did upload
It's just a
I uploaded another one to Reddit as well.
Oh, I'm seeing it every day.
Some guy commented, "Dude, we don't need these every day." I'm like, it's only
Yeah,
two.
I mean, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, so what is one photo of that every day keeping away?
Nothing much.
Maynard Ferguson's ghost.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
you have to kill the firstborn.
You know, his birthday, right? Which Maynard Ferguson is also me, right? His birthday just passed May the 4th. Very, very wonderful day.
Very memorable day for multiple reasons.
May the scorch be with you.
Oh yes.
I'm so sorry. That made no sense. Alright. Let me add these people who want to call in to the hotline. That's
Oh,
it.
do they?
I don't know how do I add people?
You have to just join the call.
Yeah, but I have to add them on the Discord.
Oh crap! I haven't been keeping up with the comments. Crap. I've just been having my phone turned off too.
such a
Yeah.
I think you'd have to invite them to the server.
Yeah, I'm trying to get their
Hold up, I'll be back from podcasting. 30 seconds maybe.
doesn't seem to work. Alright, I'll just send a link. Here you go, guys. Join it.
Should have a virtual phone line.
Education
Please.
connection.
Are sending the link to the to our finished server?
I just send the link in the thing. Whether it works or not is really up to you.
An enigma.
An enigma indeed. So let's talk about music theory in terms of trumpet playing.
Music theory?
In terms of trumpet playing.
No. This one's always fun for me to talk about.
So
do we want to go advanced or basic?
we can start very basic and then we can go to super advanced.
All right, did we die when I was gone?
Yeah, we're trudging
Doing
to a
perfectly.
realm that you may not be familiar with. That is
A
all.
realm?
A realm.
Okay, let's start
Right.
at just the very, very fundamental level of how, per se, intervals relate to the trumpet. And it has something to do with the valves, right? You know, second valve goes down by a semitone, first valve goes down by one
talking
tone,
about
or
this.
one whole step. And then the third valve goes down by a minor third. You add 2 minor thirds down, you press everything down, you get a tritone. That's how that works.
Okay, but that's also. So everything down creates a tritone.
Yeah, so if it's open, right, you have to think about it. If 1 and 2 is a half step and a whole step, that's the same thing as a minor
Oh,
third.
is that the same thing
And
as
the third
third?
valve? Yeah,
Yeah, it does the
that's
same
why
thing.
1 and 2 is the same thing as third.
Yeah, the only reason you would use that alternate is for tuning issues on different,
Yeah.
trumpet and mouthpiece
So
combinations.
we're relating it to the open valve. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so,
Oh wait. Every. Oh.
Mhm.
that's
Never-
why you
I've
have
never thought
alternate
about it like
fingerings,
that.
because that's why you have alternate fingerings. Like if you go, I think it's 1 and 3 for tuning G.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can have open or 1 and 3 because they're different harmonic slurring. Like they're different patterns. It's like
Ooh, let me get you on
open
my
G-
alternate fingerings that I found out, a bunch of them.
Dude, I have this great page about it.
All right, so low A3, that's an obvious thing. All A, E combinations can get you that same note.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
like if you remember your harmonic series, you know, it's an octave and then
Mhm.
octave, fifth, fourth, so on and so forth. I don't remember them.
Well,
The
this one's
harmonic
interesting.
series?
Yeah, that's what the trumpet follows. That's what most brass instruments follow. Well, most
Yes.
instruments in general.
Yeah.
that.
It's all yeah. I know what you're
Yeah.
saying.
All right, so this
So
one's
what-
interesting. F sharp, 1, 2, and 3. The bottom one.
Yeah.
Not
so
not
what is
bottom
that?
octave, middle one.
Yeah, and you have to think about that. What's the next open note from that in either direction?
G. Yeah.
G, and then what's the open note above that?
What, C?
Yeah, and what's the tritone down from C?
Let's see.
Tritone down from C. E.
Yeah.
No, that's a -6. Sheet. Why do I have to think about this? Okay.
I've never had to think about this.
It's F sharp. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
the shtick with this.
Oh
If
wait,
you
are
have an
tritones
open
just
key-
inversal?
Tritones are parallel.
Oh,
They don't change, like fifths and fourths do.
I'm
But that's kind of the thing. If you look at a trumpet fingering chart, if you have a tuning G and you press all 3 down, you go down to a C sharp, which is a minor third plus a minor
Mhm.
third, a tritone. If you have the lowest open C in the regular register before pedal, you have a minor third and a minor third, 1, 2, and 3. You get low F sharp.
Mhm.
That's how it works. And that's an interesting way to think about it. If you don't know what you're doing, like
Needlessly
I think about it
complicated.
sometimes,
Overtone
Wait, did Parrish
Right.
leave?
No.
C.
Okay.
but if you think about it in the wrong way, if you think about overtones more than your fingerings, then for me it's when I do chromatic scales. I go down from C, or C above tuning G, and then I press 1 and 3 for G, but I don't realize that I'm hitting G. I think I'm hitting A flat or something, and then I end up on all 3, and all 3, if you're just going down chromatically from the C above tuning G, is F sharp, and I try and slot the G again, but I'm actually fingering, I try and slot the E, or the F actually, because it's a half step down. I try and slot the F, but it's a bit confusing. And also,
I would think for a beginner this would be confusing.
Yeah, if you're coming from a second instrument, like if trumpet isn't your first, like it is for me, then what you can think about is, if you don't know your fingerings, we'll just think about your music theory and how the valves relate to that.
Jeez.
Like there's a video of a guy learning trumpet in 30 days.
Oh,
he plays a lot of instruments.
Yeah.
So if he knew from the beginning that it was second valve is down a half step, and then first valve a whole step, and then it's the same thing as 3, then he probably could have figured out the fingering chart, like the overtone things, without ever looking at a fingering chart. Which is,
you could, but I don't think that would make it harder on his part.
I'd say it's probably much easier to learn the fingerings than to think about the theory.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I think most people learn the fingerings like a normal person would, right? And then, the more you learn theory, the more it makes sense to you.
It's not something I would tell someone
To
I was
beginner.
teaching. It's not something I would tell at all, probably, because it's not useful information to anyone. But it's a nice little quirk of how, it should be in reverse, where this theory stuff is how it's I guess a reverse proof of how the harmonic series works. Like, your trumpet fingerings line up with the harmonic series, but it's actually the harmonic series just lines up with the trumpet, if you want to think about it that way. But on my Xeno, with the third valve slide lock, it drops it down another half step. So if you press all 3 and you open the third valve all the way, you get a perfect fifth.
It's weird if you what was it? If you keep pressing the third valve down while you play, you're in the key of G.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? I think if you press 1 and 3 and you play just those notes, you'll be in the key of, I think.
Yeah, they should make like capos for trumpet.
Capos?
A capo.
Question mark.
Oh.
Explain, sir.
Oh, you mean like crooks and stuff?
A capo, like it's like this little squeezy thing that they put on guitars.
No, I know what a capo is, but the equivalent for that for a brass instrument would be a crook.
A crook.
Like on the natural horns. Because a capo can raise stuff by however many frets you put it on, right?
Yeah.
So crooks are tuned in keys. So if you had a horn in B flat, you could put a crook in B in there, and you would have it up a half step. Well, the harmonic series would just change for that.
That's it. Change the trumpet, add an octave key. Flutes, clarinets, piccolos have it. Why can't we? All right. Problem solved.
And that's why if you pull most of the slides out most of the way, you can almost get a trumpet in A.
Oh, if you pull the tuning slide out, that's interesting.
But if you just pull the tuning slide out, well then,
I mean, technically you're in
the valves aren't compensating, like on euphoniums and tubas. The valves aren't compensating, so they're not tuned properly to go down a half step. So if you press any of the valves,
you would have to
comparatively.
So you would have to take out the main tuning slide, right, and then almost everything out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting though. It's kind of like a cool trick. Oh, look, pull out your tuning slide all the way, read that music a half step up, and look, you're in the key of A. Horribly, its intonation's horrible.
Yeah,
horrible,
because
but it's a
everything's
cool
not
little trick.
slotting right.
Yeah.
A joke that people make on make for clarinets is basically the same thing. If you were to pull out everything, you still wouldn't have a trumpet in A or a clarinet in A, because the tone holes wouldn't line up, and you'd have to stretch all those. Which, good luck with that.
Oh wait, this is what we were talking about last time, right? About pulling stuff. Yeah.
Do you want to address something?
Adjust?
Address.
Address.
John said just buy a piccolo trumpet.
Oh yeah, because we were talking about octave key.
Yeah, but
of course,
from what I've heard, the piccolo trumpet isn't.
Oh, it's much harder.
It's not like just an octave trumpet, right?
No, because the thing with piccolo trumpet, right? It's half the size of a trumpet, right? It's up an octave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean it's easier. You got to half the amount of air that you would use for a regular trumpet. If not, you're gonna overblow the instrument.
Yeah, it's like if you take a time trip back to 5th grade when you learned the recorder, right? If you were to touch a recorder now and put the same air support in it that you have for, say, trumpet or any other wind instrument, you would overblow it so easily. That's what you do on piccolo trumpet. You overblow it because it takes much less air
to get the same
harmonic patterns and not overblow. It's like it's more about control and finesse than
you have to teach yourself the breathe. You got to teach yourself again the breathing, sort of like, okay, don't take a full breath, take like a half breath or a quarter breath to get the same result.
And a lot of doublers find this, like say alto saxophone to baritone saxophone. It's an octave lower.
Bari to what, tenor?
So they have to provide different air support, alto to bari, because they're both in E flat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or say if you were going, God, I don't know why you would. If you were going to euphonium to tuba or trumpet to euphonium, which isn't really a good comparison, it would be trumpet to baritone. Baritone's not conical. But you could go from cornet to euphonium, I guess. If you wanted to.
You could. I don't know why you would though.
But it's like if you're a doubler in those instruments, you realize that it takes a different amount of air support.
It does.
To match the instrument. Mm-hmm. Typically, it's an octave down from what you play. But if you're a doubler on piccolo trumpet, then it's going to take different amounts of both air and I guess breath support.
Yeah, because you need lots of breath support. You got to know what you're doing to get all of the other higher octave notes to actually come out sounding nicely. So it's just a whole lot of process.
Do you think that you could hear a cornet, but the difference between cornet and trumpet?
Isn't there a video on YouTube of someone comparing a trumpet to a cornet to a flugel?
Yeah, I've searched those up many times.
I don't understand it because they sound exactly the same to me.
But, I don't know. Charlie said it's a darker tone.
Because it's conical, it has I don't know exactly.
But honestly, I don't hear a sound difference in cornet and trumpet. I hear a difference. I think we all do in trumpet and flute. It's big.
Yeah, that's difference. A big enough difference.
Mm-hmm. And also, you actually slot some of the pedals. You go from low C, you get to the low pedal C.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
The thing about cones versus cylinders is the same reason why clarinet and saxophone are different, right? Clarinet is cylindrical or is polycylindrical for some reason. And saxophone is conical, right? You see that it starts small at where you put the mouthpiece in, and then it gets way bigger. The clarinet does the same thing, but only at the bell, so it's not affecting any of the key work, right? And the way that sound waves propagate through a cone is I think it's some sine function where the harmonic series is divided differently. In cylinders, that's different. That's why on a clarinet, if you've ever played it, you know that if you press the register key or the octave key, if you're a saxophone player, on the saxophone, it just takes you up an octave. But on a clarinet, it takes you up a 12th. It's because the harmonic pattern is different. You skip the first octave and you jump straight up the octave in the fifth.
And I've tried clarinet. I could only get a few notes to come out. I got your open G, F sharp, and A, and then everything else was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
The hardest part for learning clarinet was switching from non-octave or non-register key to register, because it just, from trumpet having to play higher and having to put more air in to clarinet not have to do that.
I had the same issue. I picked up a clarinet and I'm changing my embouchure as I would on trumpet to go higher. I'm like, why isn't the clarinet working like this? And I'm like, so it's a woodwind instrument. It doesn't work like that. It's all tongue position and stuff.
Yeah, voicing is a lot more important, and you still should be voicing on trumpet, but it's definitely not. It's kind of like switching priorities. On trumpet, you're focused more on how your embouchure changes and how you're using those face muscles to change that embouchure to make it vibrate into higher harmonics. On most woodwind instruments, it's more about where your tongue position is in your mouth, because that's how you voice vowels, right? And that's how you accentuate certain overtones. If you're playing anything high, all you're playing is overtones, so you're just re-accentuating that with your airstream.
So for clarinet, you would say it's a combination of tongue position and air as well, or variation of it?
It's the same things that you need on trumpet, just in different amounts.
Yeah, because you can't really,
Yeah, and if you an exercise that a lot of clarinet teachers will tell you after a while is to see if you can hit stuff with the register key without the register key. It's like, what? So, like, if I grab my clarinet just to demonstrate. So
yes.
If you can hit I'll just play top staff G on clarinet. You have to use the register key for that normally, right?
Well, someone commented going from clarinet to alto is easier than alto.
Yes, that is true.
And then he also commented right now, my clarinet range was low E below the staff to double E, and also my alto range is C right under the bar staff to double F if I haven't tried to touch above yet.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Double G on saxophone is it's a bit of a wonky thing.
Double G on like sax, or double G transposed from sax to trumpet?
Well, okay. When you're reading saxophone, 2 octaves above top staff G is the one that I end up hitting, but 1 octave above top staff G is the one that I find trouble slotting. But back to clarinet, if you can play a high G, it's thumb register 1 2 3 on your left.
Which high G? I'm thinking 4 ledger lines above, right?
Top staff.
Top, just above the staff, right? Oh, okay, I got you.
Right. If you work on your voicings and you can voice that correctly, then you can play that G without the octave key. So there's the 12th below that, and there it is without the octave key. And if you work on it, it's kind of like when you're starting out trumpet and you can't slot your pitches, you just kind of slide between, and you're like doing false pitches.
Yeah.
It's kind of a switch point.
Yeah.
On clarinet, that's a voicing exercise. I wouldn't say try it if you're not good at clarinet.
Oh,
like,
definitely.
If you're not good at fundamentals, don't work on that. Work on the fundamentals first.
I mean, clarinet would seem really nice to learn and play. All I need is to buy one and get lessons, because I'm not teaching myself. No, thank you.
I've gone pretty far in funds just on my own. I had a little bit of help at the
beginning. I mean, I could teach myself, but I'd rather get some professional help, right? I think we all would.
What you always want to do when you're learning an instrument and you're not just wanting to noodle around on it is ask someone who knows what they're doing. Because if you build these bad habits, like on clarinet, the habit is called anchor tonguing, which is where it's kind of like the way that I think of tonguing should be on saxophone. It's probably wrong because I'm not a good sax player, but where you're voicing a lot less, your tongue stays under the reed instead of curled back like on clarinet. What you do is your tongue stays in this low position, kind of like you're saying where your tongue is in that vowel space, and you're flexing the tongue up. When
that was always weird for the woodwinds to me. It's like tonguing's way different than it is on brass. From there, I heard that double, how brass players do it, impossible on clarinet. Is that true?
Tonguing to the I have the reverse problem. I can't tongue the way I would on clarinet because there's no reed in the way to stop that. Like, I mean, the mouthpiece is in the way, but if you it's possible. It's just not
because I think
good.
I have
your brother
picked
has
up a
joined the chat.
Michael Martinez? Who? I don't even know half of these people besides Aiden.
Is that not your brother?
Can I click on their profiles or something?
No, you can't. Not in live view.
Damn it.
Who is that?
I don't know. Who's
playing
Michael?
Duolingo.
Oh, that's me.
You're doing Duolingo on our stream, sir.
I'm not doing it now. I mean, I could.
Oh, you just got a notification from it.
Yeah. I mean, the 24-hour Duolingo stream is
Oh no, thank you.
it's coming out soon.
Coming soon.
Bro, we each have to choose one language we don't already know. And we have 24 hours to learn it, not including all vocabulary. Just grammar.
Okay. I suggest we learn enchanting table. All right.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Learn the runes.
What is that language? Is it a galactic alphabet or something?
Oh.
Something? I know it's an actual thing.
It is. It's galactic.
Hey, we're doing really healthy. I guess we got 6 concurrent viewers.
Is Michael your brother? It's yo boy Gothy.
Oh, him. How the? How? Wait. Did y'all share this on?
I posted it on the server.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because I know him from the open source German Bugle Corps. I guess you must have had notifications. That's great. That's always great. I love that.
Yeah, turn on notifications.
The German Bugle Cure.
And what you want to do, you don't want the bell icon to light up. You want the little arrows or the little dashes that point at it, so that I think it's priority.
You're notified every time the Trumpet Podcast goes live, and you are also notified every time Corona's uploads.
Yeah.
Wait. I just realized it says your name is Kronos on the thing, but your channel is Fredy. That's
yeah.
We might need to fix that.
I go by too many aliases. What? Oh my god! Someone said I should get a V cup. V cups are horrible.
The X piece.
Only on horn.
Well, even horn mouthpieces are different than trumpet V cup mouthpieces.
Yeah, honestly, my range is still better on horn than on trumpet.
Oh no! If you have range on trumpet, range on horn or mellophone, it like skyrockets because you pick it up, and the horn people look at you like you're crazy because you're hitting all this above the staff stuff they can't do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Lane Nicholson.
I mean, on horn, it's way easier to hit those really close partials.
Isn't the whole instrument kind of really close partials though? That's why shakes are. It's really easy to overshoot and undershoot.
Yeah, that's why you hear a lot of even professional horn players crack.
Who?
Oh yeah.
Crack notes.
Like horn, French horn is what we're saying.
It's just because the harmonics are so close together, like they're spaced out, which is why the horn has like a pretty big register. But all the useful notes that composers write for are in the higher-ish register, so the harmonics are pretty close together. Is what I've seen.
Oh, if you pick up a mellophone and you double tongue it on, well, if you know how to double tongue proficiently on trumpet, it's gonna be way easier on mellophone because it's just a more free blowing experience, right?
I don't know how to double tongue on clarinet, but I've never tried it on. Is it T and K or D and G?
Double tongue? It's tuku. That's what I would use.
So, voiced vowel sounds?
What?
Like ta-ka, like aspirated, or tu-ku, like voiced?
No. I say both, no?
My band director taught us tuku.
Yeah, that's the one I personally use.
Tuku.
Yeah, what do y'all use?
Yeah, but you still have to work for it, right?
I mean, if you got it good enough, you don't really have to work on it. Oh. Alright, go wait. There we go.
Yeah, see, no.
No, that's not happening.
I would like that to happen, but I think
No, but because this seems really easy to me. So when people say they can't do it, it kind of like baffles me. I'm like, it's easy, no?
Well, I don't know how to tongue.
No, double or single or
He
For
just
me, it's
doesn't
single.
have
I still have that problem.
Honestly, I think I am a little bad at single tonguing as well, which is
I mean,
not
me
good.
too. Well, I'm bad at it. At the fast tempos where I say 140, 150, right? You're not single tonguing they're 16ths, right? You're just gonna go to double, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh
my my band director, who has never picked up a trumpet. She's only barely played low brass, I think. I think euphonium, because she has really big lips. So she picked up a horn, right? Like tiny mouthpiece. And she just double tongued on it and was like, I don't get what the deal is. Like, I can't double tongue on clarinet, but I can double tongue on this, and I haven't ever touched it.
I don't know, it's weird, because when double tonguing on trumpets, relatively easy for me, right? Picks up trombone, and it's even easier on there. It's weird.
I feel like it's because of the.
Didn't wait. Double check that capitalization, spelling, and any spaces are correct, bro.
Oh wait, who are we adding? Michael?
We're trying to add John, but his thing doesn't work.
Jeez. You know what I just noticed? Right, so we're talking to ourselves here on the Discord call, and what is it? The comments section is hearing the latency. So it's kind of weird seeing the messages pop up to the latency, but I don't know, it's weird.
Someone asked...
Like a minute after we're done talking about embouchure, someone's like, well, what about embouchure?
Yeah. We were talking about the double tonguing, single tonguing, and then someone comes up with triple tonguing. Like,
I did put an R next to it.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, look, latency is a thing with all streams. It won't be 100% perfect, and since we're going from Pennsylvania to Texas and then to the YouTube server, I think we're doing pretty good.
I guess, yeah. I thought the latency was going to be much more of a problem, but...
So, do we want to add people to...
Yeah, this is the Trumpet Hotline.
Wait, the spin-off
let me put a link in the...
This is the official Trumpet Hotline.
Oh, we're doing
a link in the, is it okay if I put a link in the YouTube live chat?
I don't...
Yeah, that's
invite link?
I think if they can copy it,
I don't know if it worked, but yeah, you could.
Okay,
you can do this.
we'll try this one.
Wait, but
I just right-clicked the voice channel and hit invite.
So do they want to be? You're adding them to the Trumpet Hotline, right? But don't they want to be in the call or no?
No, I right-clicked the voice channel that we're in and hit invite.
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
They're gonna join the call. They're gonna talk for a bit, and then, yeah.
We're gonna ban them off the.
Hey, we've gone up in our analytics since the start. We're slowly climbing.
Ooh.
Are we? How many? We got 4 viewers. That's not bad.
This is better than you think, but.
Yeah, it is. I thought it was gonna go way worse than it was, like 0 viewers.
It was 0 people. I mean, there's a lot of messages.
Yeah. Or I was gonna think we're all gonna join the stream, and that makes up our viewer base.
Let me tell you this story, right? So I would, maybe 2 years ago, I would stream like games or whatever. And
Terraria?
Skyrim. But I would have.
Okay, so John just said in the YouTube chat, probably like 10 minutes ago or something, he said, I have such a bad clarinet but a good mouthpiece. Tell Joel I have a Van Doren M30 but a crappy plastic clarinet that needs maintenance. Okay, so little clarinet lesson.
Yeah.
The clarinet you have does not matter as much as the barrel, and then that doesn't matter as much as the mouthpiece, and that doesn't matter as much as the reed, doesn't matter as much as your mouth. Okay? Just think about it like think about it like this this logarithmic curve, right? You start at 0, and what you do with your mouth, that's a big jump, and then what you do with your reed, that's a lesser jump. It's still big, and then what you do with your mouthpiece, that's a lesser jump, and then what you do with your clarinet is an even lesser jump. So it really starts with your mouth. Like you can't think about it like if, how do I say this? Like getting a good mouthpiece is fine, but you should work on reeds before mouthpiece, and before that you need to work on what you're doing with your mouth, how you're voicing and stuff. So
can't you just get a new embouchure? Just buy one of those offline.
yeah, just buy a new reprogram
Fredy
your mouth.
Martinez.
Yeah, if we could only do that with trumpet, buy some pristine Maynard chop, put them on yourself, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's not how it
But
works.
on clarinet, if you have a plastic clarinet, it shouldn't matter as much as long as there's not. Oh, there's John. He's just in the Discord. So
Wait, aren't all clarinets made out of plastic?
no,
or
most
what's-
of them are wood. Or okay, so cheaper ones are typically made out of wood.
Mm.
Newer ones or more expensive ones are made out of wood. So cheaper ones out of plastic, like ABS or God forbid, like TPU or something stupid that you make $5 phone cases out of. But generally, either acrylic or ABS. ABS is obviously higher quality. That's what I think the Buffet Protege and the Selmer Celeste uses, which is two different brands' take on a good bore inside the clarinet and all the features of that, but with a cheaper material to really drive down costs. But a new revelation in the higher end is a material called Delrin. I think Buffet calls it Green Line.
Delrin, I
It's a
think
synthetic
I've heard of
material that has a lot of harmonic properties like wood, but it's impervious to weather changing, right? So the big difference with that is if you have a marching clarinet, you would rather use a green line clarinet than you would a wood clarinet, because green line doesn't change tone, and it's really impervious to any weather change because it's not wood. It doesn't swell and contract. So John just entered.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Do you have a question or anything?
I mean, I'll think of questions.
Damn.
All right.
Yeah, like I have this plastic clarinet with a good mouthpiece, good reeds. It's just the clarinets I got to repad it because it went through the rain multiple times.
Ooh,
Yeah.
rain is never good.
I mean, plastic isn't as vulnerable as wood when it comes to rain, but you still shouldn't have your plastic clarinet in the rain if you can. But
When it's
That's why
raining
you,
band games,
Like,
but
fresh-
Division's the first one to-
freshman year, I had a clarinet from the school, and I dropped it in the barrel joint in the middle, like the what's it called, the coil? How do we call it? You know the part that connects it, right? That thing just broke off. I don't know where it
the
went.
tenon.
Yeah, whatever you connect the instrument with, it broke off. I didn't know where it went. I was like, how do I put this back? So you broke the instrument. It's like, oh, my
oops.
bad.
That's why you just get a soprano sax. Easy solution. Drop.
I mean, I want to play one. I want to play one of those.
Oh, they seem
Uh,
really interesting.
For me, it was hard to pick up, but
Oh yeah, we were
that's
talking
just
about
me.
this last time. I would just love to learn another woodwind instrument, another reeded instrument that isn't oboe or bassoon, any of the double reeds.
Woodwinds aren't that hard to learn once you know
What you're doing
Unless
with
you
your
start-
yeah, it's kind of like going from it's kind of like once you know how to play one brass instrument, you have a general idea. Like they're idiosyncratic. Like they have a lot of similarities
Mhm.
in between them. Like going from trumpet to say euphonium is not as big of a jump as going from flute to euphonium per se.
Oh yeah, that's. I
And
had a
going
friend that
from-
actually did that. He took a flute solo and a euphonium solo to solo an ensemble. I don't know how he pulled it off.
But like if you just want to pick up an instrument and noodle on it, then say clarinet to bass clarinet won't be a big jump. Alto to
Mhm.
tenor saxophone won't be a big jump. Alto to soprano won't be a big jump. It's
Want the
like
tenor one?
families of instruments. Tenor is a bit of an odd duck, but
Because it's B flat, right? You'd have to get used to the pitch from E flat.
well, there are other reasons why it's an odd duck. But we can talk about that next episode.
Yeah, this is Trumpet Hotline, right? Sax Hotline, or the like.
That'll be a special for next
Oh
next
yeah,
episode.
of course. You know, I'm surprised we haven't run out of ideas to talk to. I thought it was gonna be dead silence.
Dead air.
Dead.
Should we do
Yeah.
the dead air stream?
Oh, that'll be wonderful. I'll just rake in the non-existent monetization that I. All right.
But look, as I was, let me tell you this story. So I was streaming Skyrim, right? And there was this, there was this dude who would always come in the stream. He was my one viewer, and and out of everyone that could have been my one viewer, it had to be the most obnoxious person.
Oh, why is that?
In the world. And he wasn't obnoxious as in like being annoying, but like he was the 17-year-old teenager, I guess, from Houston, who was interested in Ninjago, and
and Ninjago, I haven't heard that.
And he would constantly say, he's like, "Can you watch Ninjago videos?" And he would, and then he would. I had a song request thing, and he would always put in Minecraft songs. And I was
like
just,
the ambience music.
No. Not the ambience.
Oh, you mean the parodies?
He would put on.
He put on the parody of like
the parody music
songs, but for Minecraft.
Oh, those.
And I would.
That you meant like cave noises or what?
No. I was like, this guy can't be 17. There's no way. He was a military. He was apparently a military like youth military thing or whatever he was doing.
Oh, the what you call it? Those people in the high schools, the ROTC people.
Yeah, Zeros.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever. I don't vibe with those people.
Yeah, but he said, yeah, and he's like, I'm doing the military. And I'm like, dude, there's no way. There's no way.
Like, you will get your.
Show picture, no proof.
He was like, oh, you guys like Ninja.
Oh, hey, we just got Aiden to join our stream. I mean,
Aiden Cubes.
Oh, also, we got a question from Kamujan. HRCKY books explain, bruh, you want a Google Drive link to the first 12 seasons of Ninjago free? You should really watch Ninjago 17 and Season.
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Most definitely.
And and his internet was so shit that I would have a delay of up to like 2 minutes.
From the stream?
No. Yeah, no. It wasn't me. It was him.
Oh.
He would receive the stream 2 minutes.
Oh.
2 minutes later, and he was the one guy, dude.
Sort of like what we're doing right now, but not as bad as the delay.
No, it was so. And people would come in, stop in,
and leave,
and they'd see this dude.
Was he the only one in your comment section?
Yeah, he was constantly typing.
I can't even keep up with the people in my comment section.
It's just sad, bro.
Yeah. Ninjago, oh, my dear, you should have moved on to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man.
Like,
that's where the money's at.
It was just depressing that my only viewer was some guy who constantly played the same Minecraft parodies every time I stream, bro.
Oh, so speaking of the stream, right? So are we gonna post this on the channel or make it not available afterwards?
I was thinking about making a second channel for the podcasts afterwards. I don't know how you feel about that,
but I mean, look at this. We've got 8 concurrent viewers. You think a brand new channel is gonna have the same attraction as a new one would?
I mean, I don't know. Do you want? It's whatever you want. If you want these on your channel for past podcasts, that's cool. But if you don't,
I mean, I'm okay with it at the moment. I see.
Okay. No, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. After we have like 2 or more episodes, I'll make a little playlist and this will go archived. I don't know why anyone would sit through an hour and a half.
Well, this is
an hour and a half.
This is the pilot, and
the first hour is pretty educational.
We're doing pretty well right now, so
we are doing pretty well. We're spewing out random things, that's for sure.
and it all revolves.
Our analytics aren't doing well. We have 5 likes and 2 dislikes, so we've got a
5 likes. Where the hell? I've got 4 likes on my main screen.
Oh,
and I run the channel.
I mean, the bar says, oh, now it's 6-2, so that's 3-1. So what is that? So that's like a 67% like to dislike ratio. That's pretty.
Wait, there's a dislike?
Yeah.
There are 2.
There's 2 dislikes.
Oh, what?
Who did that?
I wonder who bashes.
Don't let your band director find out about this.
You know, I harassed him about subscribing to my channel. He wouldn't. Now he's gonna regret it. He's gonna regret it now.
You told
he's
your
not
band
getting all the
director to
useful
sub.
tips.
Well, I asked both of them to.
Damn,
It's like,
that's some guts.
I mean, this was before all the multi-track stuff. I bet they would eat this up real good.
I did casually email my my band director, and I was like,
You know, I harassed him.
we had to do a composing project or whatever, and I was like,
He wouldn't.
check out my SoundCloud because that's the only place I could post it to. So I'm like, it's on my SoundCloud, and also there's where all my other compositions are. But I don't think he cared.
Okay, so someone's fucking with the dislikes. It was to 3, but now it's set to 2.
Now there's 7 likes.
Man, I swear.
Now there's 6 again.
Okay, we need to stop talking about this. They're just gonna toy around with us.
Watch,
Whoever's
like
watching.
3 minutes, there's gonna be like 5 dislikes because the latency.
Yeah, latency is gonna be great. Now he's gonna regret.
Okay, I have to make a separate rule after this for podcast people and
Well, I asked both of them to. It's like
normal people.
I mean, this was before. I bet they would. This, yeah, the latency is pretty great. All right, blatant self-advertising. To donate to my Patreon.
Make sure to do it at the platinum tier, otherwise you don't get any perks. If it
don't.
says you get any perks outside of the platinum tier, it's a lie.
Yeah, I put small little italics. All right,
Yeah,
so
they're like 0.5, 0.5.
oh yeah,
If you have $1 to spend on a YouTube channel with 252 subscribers, you definitely have $3 to spend.
yeah, $3 get you a whole lot. Shit, what did it get you?
Yeah, my friend is borrowing my sax because hers broke. And my band director's like, are you practicing your sax? I was like, no. He's like, well, figure it out. It's like, how am I gonna figure it out during this pandemic?
Yeah,
I can't go to
everything's
your house.
closed. All right,
Okay, so I see a clarinet. What is that? A Selmer USA?
No, that's like a random $88 trumpet, and the silver one is a Yamaha YTTR 2330.
What about the clarinet?
That's a what does it say?
It looks like a Noblet or
Peso Tome USA.
is it a Sicilian?
Reso. It's a random like it's hieroglyphics on the circle inside the circle.
oh, so it's probably a Noblet. The trumpet looks good. Ooh, here's a good thing we could talk about for a few minutes. What do you think about those valve covers, the leather ones?
Oh, you know, it screwed up Charlie's trumpet. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a leaky trumpet, don't. If
I
your
mean,
valves are just not sealing properly, don't get it.
the valve covers, right?
I think
Or
it's
valve caps. No, because valve covers is the aesthetic thing that goes over, so your hands sweat on the instrument casing as much.
Yeah.
The valve
and
casing.
like, I think it was us talking about this like a week or so ago. If you have that cover on, and if water gets under that, there's no way for it to evaporate or just drip off. It's just gonna stay there.
Stay there.
And it's gonna tear up if your trumpet is lacquered. It's gonna tear it up if your trumpet is silver. It's gonna tarnish. If it's brass, it's probably gonna rust. But if it's nickel plated, I guess you're fine. It'll still tarnish, but it won't tarnish nearly as bad.
Yeah. I mean, what's the problem with just cleaning your trumpet after you? There's that solution.
Yeah.
I haven't cleaned the outside of my trumpet for a while, but I've done a nice valve before.
Right. Silence. I love it.
Dead air.
Hey, check out the what's it with Doctor Strange.
Okay,
I
so
saw it. Do I show it on the podcast?
it's not. They're not gonna hear the audio.
Aiden C said the high school I'm going to plays pretty fly for a white guy. That is a memorable.
Yes, it is.
What's it called? A memorable stand.
Sentiment.
That's pretty racist.
We call it stand trash because, self.
Stand trash. Okay, but the
Yeah.
Screamers is where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing anything other than 25 to 6 to 4, what are you doing? Honestly.
Definitely.
I want to
It's
send
either
an emoji.
Oh dear. Can you do that? I thought
Yeah,
only
you
I
can
could.
do that. Whenever I try and do it, it lags out my whole computer trying to load the emoji palette, and I don't know why. Because I can run Adobe Premiere and have real time everything, but this YouTube thing,
You
I
sent
guess
a
it's just
YouTube
compositing.
icon.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out who John is. I don't know where you came from.
John's here.
Yeah, I know, but
John's gonna be. Do you speak Spanish?
I know it.
Bruh, can you say trumpet in Spanish, bro?
Oh, I know
Trompeta?
this one.
Trumpeto.
Tromba.
I'm from your Instagram.
Where?
I'm that John, Lord John X Dawn.
Are you
Oh,
The John.
I see now. Yeah. Okay,
Let
that
me look
makes
up and make
sense.
sure that it is actually tromba. If it's not, then I'm gonna be really embarrassed.
in Italian? It's tromba. I wouldn't be.
Yeah, that was Trompeta.
Yeah, it is in Spanish.
My band
Oh, it's
director
trompeta.
makes me own his pet band music.
Pet band music.
Pet band.
Pep band? Do you guys have a portrait band?
I don't do pet band, bro.
Dude, if you get paid doing pep band, then why would you not do it?
No one-
Paid?
Who's getting paid?
Yeah.
Shit.
Some colleges have paid basketball pep bands sometimes. I know that Stephen F. Austin University has that option during their basketball season.
Yeah, well, my directors better pay me for those double G's that I spewed out. Those don't come for free.
Wait, are those double G's? Are they written or do you just do them?
Oh no, I did a combination of both, right? So in the music, it's not written in. I wrote them in. It's notated in by me.
But is it just an octave up from the the note it should have been?
It pretty much is, right? You got F sharp to G, bump it up an octave.
I do that sometimes with my pep band music, and it gets pretty annoying. Honestly, because
I see the faces of my woodwind players, and it's loud.
My favorite part is when it ends on something above G, like top staff G, because then I can just take it up way into altissimo. My favorite thing was that God, what was it? It was something that ended on above the staff C, about the end of normal register for a high schooler. And I was like, oh hell yes, I'm taking this up. So I was just screaming in
You
the
took a
stand,
double C?
No, so that's what was written.
Yeah. And you took it.
That's what I would play, but I would blast that at triple forte and just kill everyone's ears.
Hey,
Such a fun thing to do.
I feel bad for the viewers, man.
I think I can go high.
Oh, please don't.
Please.
Yo.
Yeah, okay.
You're gonna kill my headphones.
No, the frequency response will cut off before I get to the top of my range.
Oh dear. No, but I'm playing the double G's, and you see the woodwinds turn around, and they're like, kind
No,
of
what
annoyed.
he's playing that high? I can't play that high. I mean, I want to just play it, so they like, what the hell? Trumpets can go that high?
Yeah. I mean, they just look at me because it's like, that was loud. But
Oh my god.
Above the staff. That's not.
Let me try just see above the staff on clarinet.
Oh dear. Sounds like a flute. What do you mean clarinet? Someone has a
the
Like
flute?
an ocarina or something?
Oh, I thought that was you.
That sounds like foreign flute.
I don't know how to play it, but this is a $2 thing that I got.
Just for a fun exercise, and since we're kind of running out of time, or topics, more like it, sometimes whenever I just pick up my trumpet, if I do the embouchure stuff they were talking about like quite a while back, you know, set up, purse your lips, do the thing that all the famous lead trumpet players, you see them doing.
Yeah.
And my range is pretty good. And if you use those face muscles instead of bunching up your bottom lip, you can get pretty far.
Well, I wouldn't say it's using your face muscles. I'd say it's more using your abdomen to get those high notes out.
That's about half of my register is that G.
Try relaxing the throat area. That's what usually.
It really takes after that C, when I can hit it, it takes a lot of effort not to try and do any sort of bunching up. But that's what you should be doing. You should not be bunching up your lips.
Or bunching up, tensing up in general.
Yeah.
It should look like, when you play the high notes, it should look effortless. Well, as effortlessly as you could.
Yeah. And the same thing applies to most wind instruments. Like on clarinet, no one should be able to tell that you're struggling.
No.
Even if you are, like, even if that triple G is a bit hard to hit, the thing that should really give it away is, like, you're raising your eyebrows. That should be the most outward-facing thing that you see.
Or unless you're playing a double G and you're playing over the band.
Unless you're Trumpet Sizzle.
TrumpetSizzle.com. He's joined our stream. Wonderful.
Everyone go to his group video and just say, I was able to play this in 10 minutes.
I mean,
or just post about like a failed marriage that has nothing to do with anything. Whatever you want.
You could pull a Blaze Bowman and make completely BS like video
content.
Yeah.
And then go away for 2 years and never come back.
Be like, how to play a double G, and then just be like, play your regular G,
and then take it up an octave.
Play regular G, and then adjust your mouthpiece to the octave setting.
Oh, or my personal favorite, right? You play your normal high G above the staff. You get your pinky, you put it in the little saddle thingy, and you just mush that thing in your face.
I mean,
Call it the octave key.
It's Cadets 2003 trio transcription.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Oh, did Blaze lie to me? Question mark.
Absolutely. Actually, maybe.
He lied.
I don't think so.
He lied to all of us now. He deceived us.
He didn't lie. He manipulated the truth.
Basically the same. Have we grown in subscribers since this live stream?
Actually, no.
bet.
Lost one.
Huh?
Yeah, you were at 253. Now you have 252.
Oh, that is wonderful.
I see a 251.
I see. I just refreshed. I saw 251.
Oh, people are masked It's unsubscribing now.
Is it,
Even
hey,
better,
this is a multi-track, unsubscribe.
Well, our like to dislike ratio is improving.
Oh, please don't mention it. Just please don't. People were just screwing with our like to dislike ratio.
The multi-track content has improved.
Have you guys seen that Trent Hamilton video of him putting or is it Trent Hamilton where he puts different instruments together?
Oh, yeah.
Flute on trombone and stuff. So a couple days ago, I thought I would do that with clarinet and trumpet. And I'm pretty sure I've seen it before someone do it, right?
Hey, hold on, is this a mute? What?
No, so you take the mouthpiece and the barrel of your clarinet and put it on the, I guess the shank or the lead pipe, wherever you put the mouthpiece on the trumpet. And I think Trent did this with like a bass clarinet mouthpiece and some gaffer tape and a trombone. But what you don't realize is that, remember when we were talking about how all the valves down goes a tritone, and adding the third valve on things goes down a fifth? Well, you can do that with this horrible abomination, and it plays way below pedal range. I think the bottom note is A flat 1. It's actually really low, and I'm surprised that it does it. But it like a really really bad synthesis of a bassoon. Like, I'll play it. I'm not gonna do it into my mic. That would just sound awful. I'll play it down. Like all the good trumpet players play with horrible.
What?
That doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah.
Wait, take a picture of it. How are you doing it?
And if you half valve I've found that half valving is the only way to get these the harmonics out, because they're really locked in. Like, I can bite or anything, nothing. So I have to half valve on at least 2 valves, typically second and third, because my first valve is sticking. So.
If you just put the clarinet mouthpiece into a trombone, then it fits on quickly, and it just.
And you have a usable range that's split by about an octave and a fifth, just like the clarinet mouthpiece should do. It splits it by a 12th.
Take a picture of it. I'm gonna see how you put it.
Okay. This is why anyone who's watching who's not on the Discord should be in the Discord.
And who hasn't subscribed yet?
No, if you take a picture, I'll put it on the screen.
Okay.
Look, put the mouthpiece and barrel on the trumpet, and it's playing a like middle B for the clarinet. That's the trumpet, not the clarinet.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Imagine the abomination of a 2-sided bell trumpet, like both sides are a bell.
Oh, like 2-belled. I thought
you
were
mean like
talking
no like lead pipe.
Like, the lead pipe end looks the same as the bell.
Yeah, and there's just the valves in the middle. Like,
wouldn't that work just like a conch shell or something? You just put your ear up to it and press the valves and hear it go down by semitones.
The conch phone.
The conch shell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if your lips are big enough, you probably could play into the bell, right?
No, you would have to like scrunch your nose all the way until it was non-existent.
Yeah, I like this comment. That's not an abomination. The 1-valve soprano bugle is an abomination.
No, I think the 2-valve anything is an abomination.
No, 2-valve is pretty good.
2-valve doesn't get you chromatics though, but it also
Who cares about that?
It also means you don't have alternates until you get into like high stuff.
Yeah, who uses a G bugle for low stuff? Blasphemy. You use it for the high stuff.
It's not true.
Yeah, it is.
Why would you not use a bass trumpet for that?
Upper register?
Oops, I put it in the wrong thing. Let me resend.
Hey, we're at 10 concurrent viewers. That's nice.
Okay, it's uploading in the right channel.
Hey, guess our our time that we've been spending on this.
Wait, so you
It's a very
flipped
high
the
quality
ligature?
Oh no, that's just the way my ligature is. I have a reverse style.
Yeah, like a guy, I was like, he came for like a guest conductor, and I had it like that, and he was like, don't do that. Right now, the professionals are actually getting this ligature, because you know how those people have those ligatures that look like that, or just I forgot what it's called, but they have those special ligatures. And I tried doing that, looking like a clown. He called me on it. It's like, no.
Yeah, so there's two different types of clarinet ligature styles generally, unless you go to Silverstein, and then there's 18 for some goddamn reason.
Wait.
There's a regular style where the screws are at the front and the pressure is applied from the back. So if you think about it like wrapping pressure, like when you tighten the screws, you're wrapping it. It's wrapping the back of the ligature. Does that make sense? Like if you were to, let's just say you were to hug someone, where you like put your hands, if you were to squeeze tighter, then you're pressing against the back of them. You're pressing against where your hands are. That's what ligatures do with the screws. So if it's inverted, then it's pressing against the reed. It's like pressing the reed back, and with the plates on it, that means that it's making a lot of the force on it is applied to the reed, which means you don't have to tighten the screws nearly as much.
Hey,
So
why are our names all screwed up on the screen?
Because Parrish left.
So that changes it?
Yeah, because he was the first one in there.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I play low on this trumpet with this clarinet setup barrel?
You just blow into it, like.
I'm playing a B.
Yeah, no, there's like nothing after the first or the second harmonic. There's nothing there.
It's like playing a B instead of the note you're playing.
Let me try it with just the mouthpiece. See if that does it. Nope, it's.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that abomination.
It's free jazz.
I'm trying to think of a rhythm to do out of.
Anything is jazz, right?
If you're a clarinet player, and you're watching this, and you're not John R., then what are you doing? This is a trumpet. But
Trumpet podcast.
Some extended technique that you could try. Put your clarinet all together to where you would play it normally, right? And then what you do is you sit in a way where you can place the bell of your clarinet on the side of your leg, where your calf is, right? And you cover around 90% of it, so that if you blow through it, like if you blow through the clarinet, you can still have air even if you have all the keys down. But if you press the register key, you notice that a lot of the air goes out through the register key. So what you can do with that is you can work on voicings, which is actually really nice, especially for that long beat. So if you just blow hard enough and you screw around with voicings, then you can play taps on clarinet using only the harmonics. Yeah.
We are approaching 2 hours.
Yeah, we are. Oh dear.
I haven't done it in a while, but it's something you can do. Saw it on Instagram actually by
out of all places.
Yeah. But after that I saw it in a lot of other places once I started noticing. So it's not too hidden of a technique, but definitely something you could try if you're voicing. If you don't know what voicing is, just work on that.
Hey, what if I put the first, what do you call this? The big barrel, and then put the. All right, let me see this abomination. What will happen if I do this? All right, it's a sipping. Oh my god.
Oh jeez.
Wait, I can play with. Let me try Halo.
Oh my.
Oh. But if you want to do that, bell trick, it works great for trying to understand voicings and seeing what you need to do, less than what exactly you need to do. Getting a general idea.
All right, so let's say when we reach 150, we shall end with our stream.
We are at 150. We're past 150.
No, we're not. We're at 149. 150 now.
No, well, I think we should just call it.
Wait. Hold up. No, we're at 150.
So we get a call.
No, we're at 149.
Oh, close enough.
Because we have. Because I want people to tune in next Thursday, same time, same place.
Oh, we're doing this on a weekly.
We're talking about valve oil. We're talking about slide race. We're talking about all the mechanics and that kind of stuff. So
yeah, that'll be great.
Stay in tune. Make sure to subscribe to Kronos. And
no, it's Fredy Martinez.
Make sure to support him on Patreon. Fredy Martinez on Patreon.
Make sure to Joshua Krasowski.
Oh, that's Reddit. We don't talk about Reddit. All right.
Oh no, that just makes it lower because the clarinet. What you put in Discord just makes the clarinet lower unless you don't press any of the valves because the air's going out of the tone holes and not the end of the clarinet.
Ah, yeah, I just noticed that.
It doesn't change anything. It makes it lower, but not by a lot.
So,
put tape on.
So let's say our goodbyes.
All right. I said mine.
Wonderful.
So this was the first episode of the Trumpet Podcast.
Oh wait, I want to show this real quick.
I don't know if I want to keep this on playback though. I don't know what useful information this holds.
Well, people can watch it.
Who's gonna sit there 2 hours of
this?
What we can do, we can edit
away after it's live.
What we can do is we can edit a bit of it and place it on the archives channel.
The stream highlights.
Yeah.
I mean that'll work too. We'll talk, but make sure to stay tuned for multi-track number
3.
something. I don't know, because I'm doing the brass ones. I did Metamorph.
I asked Trumpet Chelsea to play 2014 Trumpet feature from Crown.
Ooh.
Or not Trumpet feature, brass feature. It's like, all right, sweet, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I say you definitely leave these up. At least this one.
Oh god, what is that abomination you just put up? That is like 3/4 of a clarinet on a
Wait, what's up the whole thing besides the bell?
Alright. Again, it doesn't. It's just a clarinet until you hit the end of the tube.
So if I cover the top half with a C fingering.
Yes.
Oh, hold on, let me try to hold this right. She.
Okay, I think we should call it here.
Yeah.
Alright, well thanks for watching. Make sure to join us next week at the same time, starting 4 p.m., around 4 p.m. CDT, around 5 p.m. EADT.
Yes.
And thanks for joining. Make sure to subscribe again. Join Fredy Martinez on Patreon. And we'll see you next time.
Yep.
Alrighty.